Guys, I have done it. I have found proof that the NFL is scripted. And it wasn't that hard to find this proof because all it takes to theorize this, to come up with a good argument for why it's all part of an elaborate scheme, is just by looking at the week 1 schedule for this NFL season. So I was just looking through it, and so many of these matchups, a lot of these are interleague matchups, okay, teams that only play each other once every 4 years, and certain matchups you just look at and you're like, there's no way the NFL didn't intentionally schedule it this way. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just too crazy to be a coincidence. I will explain what I mean in just a moment. But guys, I mean, this is pretty crazy. We just got to go through this. Let me just further explain, okay? So we're going to start with the Bills and Rams, okay? The Thursday night game, the first game of the year. Now, this game is always the defending champion, okay, at home, like the Rams are, but they're playing the Bills. Now, these are the two betting favorites to win the Super Bowl, okay? So, and also, this is my Super Bowl matchup prediction. This is what I think will be the Super Bowl. And it's the first game of the year, Rams and Bills. Not only is it the odds-on favorite to be this year's Super Bowl matchup, but also it's Von Miller's return to LA, return to the team that he helped lead to a Super Bowl victory. In his first game as a Bill, he's playing the Rams. Now that's kind of fishy to me, okay? Then we move on to another matchup, which is the Browns and Panthers. Now why does this game sound kind of fishy to me? Because the first game that Baker Mayfield plays as a Panther is against the Browns, his former team. Like, what are the odds of that his first game as a Panther is playing the Browns week 1, and the Browns and Panthers, because they're in different conferences, the way the schedule works in the NFL is they're only supposed to play each other once every 4 years. So just, I mean, a wild coincidence that of the 4 years, they had a 25% chance of playing each other this season, right? But not only are they playing each other this season, but the first game of the year, I mean, I know there are a good amount of marquee matchups that us NFL fans, we look at an NFL schedule in a given season, we look at there's a certain handful of games we look at, like this is a huge marquee matchup. I'm thinking about this game even from week 1, like when Tom Brady went back to New England, games like that, right? But for this to be week 1, I think a lot of times week 1, normally, as far as I remember, you see divisional matchups. You don't see a lot of the marquee headline type games in week 1. I think this year the NFL was like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to bring in as many fans, as big of an attraction as we can starting week 1. So we're going to have these types of headliner marquee matchups starting right from week 1. So that's a matchup to key in on, okay? Then the Texans and Colts, that's not significant. But the Texans, this involves the Texans. The Browns and Texans, okay? Deshaun Watson is suspended for 11 games. We all know, which is ridiculous that it's that little, right? I think we can all agree, or most of us can agree, that Deshaun Watson should not be playing this year. It's pretty ridiculous that he is playing, but obviously the NFL's shown that they care a lot about ratings, and Deshaun Watson's obviously a great quarterback when he plays, so the NFL wanted him to play this year, let's be honest. But the 11-game suspension, it's all scripted, guys, because the first game Deshaun Watson comes back from suspension is against his former team, the Texans, in Week 12 in Houston. I mean, what more can you say? That's crazy. I can't believe that, guys. It's the NFL scripted, okay? Then you look at the Ravens and Jets matchup, okay? Zach Wilson tore his meniscus. He's on maybe even the wrong side of questionable for week 1. There's a decent chance he doesn't start for the Jets week 1. So who's the likely starter? Well, that would be none other than Joe Flacco. And who are they playing? They're playing the Ravens. Joe Flacco, it might be starting. The only week he starts this year for the Jets is against his former team, the team he was the Super Bowl MVP for when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, conspiracies, guys. Then we have the Jags and Commanders. What does this matchup have that's coincidental? Carson Wentz, his first year as the Commanders quarterback, the first game he plays in DC as Commanders quarterback is against the team he historically choked against last year, which was my Jags. His first game is against his old coach in Doug Peterson. It's against the team that he had trouble with and should have beat to make the playoffs last year. These two teams play each other once every 4 years, but Carson Wentz's first game is against his former team. I mean, against the team that he choked against. Guys, seriously, nothing left to say. Then we have the Buccaneers and Cowboys. Now, what's special about this game? This is the Skip Bayless Bowl, okay? His favorite player of all time, wherever Tom Brady is, he'll probably show up for this. We don't know where he is. But he'll be there, probably. Week 1, Bucs and Cowboys. Skip Bayless' favorite team against his favorite player. The All-Skip Bowl, Week 1. Well, this was a Week 1 matchup last year, I believe. Yeah, so back-to-back Week 1s, Bucs and Cowboys, they play each other 2 straight opening games of the season, or 2 straight Week 1s in a row, and they're not even in the same division. It's kind of fishy, guys. And last but not least, the Monday night game, Broncos and Seahawks. Russell Wilson's first game as a Denver Bronco is against the Seahawks in Seattle. That happens once every 8 years, and you're going to tell me the NFL's not scripted? You're going to tell me that there's matchups that happen once every 4, maybe once every 8 years, and Week 1, that matchup happens, and you're going to tell me that the NFL didn't call Russell Wilson and tell him to go to Denver? I'm not saying the NFL's rigged, but I'm just saying these Week 1 matchups are just, the odds of some of these matchups happening, they're just so coincidental and crazy, and I felt like I had to talk about them, guys. Guys, if there's another matchup that I'm forgetting about, or there's something that I'm not focusing on, or something that I'm missing here, another matchup here that I didn't mention that has some sort of kind of coincidental thing going on, let me know. But as far as, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I missing another example? Well, did I get that? I have at least 6 examples, guys, of why the NFL is scripted. And that's all I got to say. But regardless, should be a great season, and one of the best, maybe the most anticipated Week 1 I remember, just because of all these storyline marquee matchups. So yeah, this week, guys, the Week 1 is going to be more worth watching than any other Week 1 that I can remember. But guys, with that being said, that should wrap up this video for now. I can't really think of anything else to bring. I can't think of another matchup that like jumps off my screen as like, what are the odds of that being a matchup? But guys, definitely comment if there is one of that variety that I'm missing. And guys, I'm really looking forward to Week 1 of the NFL season. It's only a couple weeks away. Can't wait. Should be another great season. But with that being said, guys, like the video if you enjoyed, comment, subscribe. If you're a sports fan and you haven't done so already, consider doing it. I'd appreciate it. And guys, I will see you all in the next video.